When two giants of higher education, Herman B. Wells of IU and Father Ted Hesburgh of Notre Dame, worked together to launch a South Bend medical education program, they had students like Ann Grizzoli in mind, local kids, Notre Dame grads.
I am Annie Grizzoli. Currently, I'm a first-year student at the Indiana University School of Medicine in South Bend. I graduated from the University of Notre Dame. My major was neuroscience and behavior.
But unlike those early students, Anne and her Notre Dame classmates have had the opportunity to spend countless hours at the medical school. This opportunity is just one of the ways this partnership has both endured and flourished in almost 50 years. It is a partnership that has been mutually beneficial for undergraduates, graduate students, faculty, and the institutions themselves.
I worked in Dr. Sharon Stack's lab at Harper in ovarian cancer research.
Oh, you did a lot of the gene validation.
I also took a class as an undergrad at Notre Dame taught by Dr. Mark Fox.
Good to see you.
Being familiar with the building, knowing where I was going, just made a big difference in being comfortable just from the beginning.
I'm interested in going to medical school and then one day becoming a physician. I work in Dr. Charles Tester's lab over at the Indiana University School of Medicine, and we look at Fragile X syndrome, a subset of autism, and we want to see how potentially we can improve treatments.
These animals carry a copy of the mini white gene.
The undergrads are the main workforce in the lab. They're the main driving force of all the science that we do.
I'm extremely interested in the mind and the neurological mechanisms underneath it, and to be able to work in a neuroscience lab, one that looks at Fragile X and autism, it hits on all of my interests.
Hands-on experience is also key to Notre Dame anatomy class students who are able to take advantage of the medical school's cadaver lab.
For Notre Dame students to be able to do that with the IU resources we have here is really great for them. It's something that can be done on the Notre Dame campus instead of the students having to go and take a summer school class elsewhere. The two IU colleagues that I work with are doctors Michael Blakeslee and David Halperin, and they bring decades of clinical experience as ER docs right into the lab where many of our students who are planning on going to med school, when they're learning anatomy, they can talk about clinical issues as well.
The partnership between IU and Notre Dame is such a natural fit because the work of medical students and of faculty preparing future doctors is an extension of Father Soren's vision for creating a force for good in the world. So one of the exciting aspects of the collaboration is the fact that Notre Dame graduate students have an opportunity to work with IU Med School faculty. Since the move to the IU Med School campus in 2005, 42 Notre Dame graduate students have worked with IU faculty to pursue graduate degrees.
David Boone and Notre Dame graduate student Diana Latour worked together on a project to understand and treat irritable bowel syndrome.
The reason that it's good to have graduate students in the lab is to have that opportunity to bring up the next generation of people who are going to carry this work forward. Once you've trained them appropriately, they learn to ask fundamental questions that you may not yourself think about. So graduate students bring an intellectual aspect to the work.
One of the things I like most about working at the IU School of Medicine is that we have faculty from Notre Dame and from IUSM, but from different fields. You're not only focusing on immunology, but you're also focusing on microbiology and genetics. Working at the IU School of Medicine kind of exposed me to looking at the resources that a statewide school gives you, so we were able to utilize resources from the different campuses around Indiana, which was very interesting and very different from a private school perspective.
The move to the IU Med School complex with research labs created the opportunity for growth, and a great example is Molly Duman-Shield.
So you're going to do the siRNA injections.
She did her undergrad at Notre Dame, came back and joined the faculty at IU, has an active research lab, and collaborates with members of the Eck Institute for Global Health that has implications around the globe, and also have moved into the realm of commercialization.
The Harper Institute has the opportunity to look at the treatment of cancer the way most patients see cancer treatment. In a local community with an oncologist that's based in the community, the combination of having IU School of Medicine and the University of Notre Dame's fundamental researchers gives us a chance to work together to look at how cancer can be attacked.
New variations of the IU-ND partnership form frequently and quickly. The newest variation began in summer 2017 when medical student Christian Alabach signed on for a summer research project, Less in Medicine Than in Public Health, working with Notre Dame's Heidi Beidiger-Burnett to address the threat of lead in South Bend homes.
Christian comes in with a holistic approach to things. He can see a problem and he can see the pieces of the problem. Frankly, because lead poisoning is a medical condition, Christian already has a leg up on those things. He is central to what it is that we're doing.
At both institutions, administrators look into the future and see even more collaboration.
Not many medical school practitioners have access to engineering. This is an area where I think there's potential for some significant growth.
Some of the areas that I'm excited about growing are our work in the community with a variety of community partners, thinking about public health initiatives, community outreach, ways that our faculty can work with Notre Dame and improve the health of South Bend and the state of Indiana.
For all that the partnerships provide for the institutions, it's gratifying to see that these collaborations serve to strengthen the original mission of medical education in a way that students appreciate.
Honestly, I'd be happy to go to any medical school that would be willing to accept me. But being back here in Notre Dame would be so exciting to kind of build upon the connections that I've already had. Maybe work again in a lab. That would be a dream come true.